Hey, what's happening, DC Universe? I'm the DC01, and welcome to this week's Versus episode on the Walkthrough channel. This week, it's Kurt Angle against Kurt Angle. And we actually got quite a few things to talk about, so I'm gonna jump right into that. Well, it's begun with just over a month, or actually just less than a month away from WrestleMania 40. WWE have begun announcing the inductees into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2024. The first inductee announced was the wise man himself, Paul Heyman. Focus. There you go. That got announced earlier this week. I believe it actually got announced on Raw, or on Monday, around that time. Which, of course, now raises the question, who's going to induct him? Because before it would have been like, oh, maybe Brock Lesnar, maybe. I mean, Brock's not really one for talking, but we all know that's not happening now. And then it's like, okay, maybe Vince will induct him. Well, we know for sure that's not happening. That will never happen now. So now it's kind of like, who's left to induct him? Maybe Eric Bischoff, but I don't know. I feel like that wouldn't be really fitting. And then it's like, okay, maybe CM Punk, someone who, you know, was a Paul Heyman guy both on screen and in real life. Someone that Paul Heyman had a lot of respect for, and vice versa, mutual respect there. We'll have to see who now inducts him. Maybe, who knows, Rob Van Dam might induct him. One of the ECW originals might induct him. Joey Styles might induct him. That'd be amazing. But, you know, we'll have to see who inducts him. And it's also going to be interesting to see if he stays in character during his Hall of Fame speech. Because, you know, I felt like that kind of hurt Rey Mysterio's Hall of Fame induction. The fact that, you know, he was in character, you know, continuing the storyline of him feuding with Dominic. I felt like that when you're getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, and this is a reason why I don't really like current wrestlers getting inducted, because they have to, you know, stay in character. They're not allowed to be themselves just yet. And I feel like once you're in the Hall of Fame, you're allowed to pull the curtain back and just be yourself, and look at your career as a career, not as a character. And when you're still an active wrestler, you can't really do that, I feel. Because it would be great for him to, you know, just do a legitimate retrospective of his career, like looking back at everything he's done. Because he's done a lot. I mean, heck, you can make the argument for Steve Austin to induct him. I mean, Paul Heyman was Steve Austin's manager in WCW. He's the one who got Steve Austin a job in ECW, which is then what led to him going to WWE and becoming a star. I mean, Paul Heyman was always, you know, looking over Steve Austin and trying to, in real life, not just on screen, but he saw potential in Steve Austin when no one else did. So Steve Austin can induct him, which again would be great. But again, it'll be interesting to see if he, you know, is allowed to break character, or if he chooses to break character, or if he tries to maintain, you know, the whole persona of the wise man, and if he spends half his Hall of Fame speech just hyping up The Rock and Roman Reigns. And then the next inductee who was announced later this week was Bull Nakano, who I honestly thought was already inducted. But she is inducted now, or will be inducted, and very well deserved. I remember when Bull Nakano was announced, people immediately were like, oh, you can tell this is a Triple H Hall of Fame already, just from the first two. Like, people who are long overdue, people who didn't get the respect they deserved when they were wrestling, you know, especially with Bull Nakano, at least in WWE, and now they're finally getting their dues. Sorry, I'm moving there on the camera a lot. And of course, then there's the reason we're playing as Kurt Angle now. This past week marked the 25th anniversary of Kurt Angle's debut in WWE, debuting in early 1999 on Sunday Night Heat. Or was it Sunday Night Heat or Saturday Night Heat? Sunday Night Heat. Yeah, Sunday Night Heat. And who would have thought in just literally less than a year he would be one of the most, like, well-rounded competitors in WWE history. And already a champion, King of the Ring winner. He did it all in like a year. It was insane. It's just how amazing he is. So that's why we're doing Kurt Angle versus Kurt Angle. A nice little retrospective of his 25 years as a wrestler. Pro wrestler, at least. And of course, in other news, Sting wrestled his final match at AEW Revolution, which actually got mentioned by Michael Cole on Raw this past week. They didn't acknowledge the name of the event or the company, but they did acknowledge Sting retiring officially. And, you know, giving Sting his flowers, like, congratulations Sting on an amazing career, that whole kind of spiel. And one more thing I wanted to mention before we get into Raw and SmackDown, the passing of Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball. I found that out immediately after I finished recording the Lego Batman 3 video. I'm going to save it for next week's video, where I'm going to talk about it a bit more in that, just so I can give it more time, and more time to talk about it. But yes, I am aware that I missed that, and even though, you know, the Lego Batman 3 video got uploaded after that news came out, I had already recorded it beforehand, which is one of the reasons I don't like recording beforehand, especially long periods of time beforehand. Like, that I only recorded it a day before I uploaded it, and already in that time, I missed that, so. But yes, I did want to just say that, yes, I do know that happened. And I will be talking about it later. Alright, let's get into Raw and SmackDown. Gunther beat Dominic Mysterio in just a brutal extended squash match. I mean, he just beat the crap out of him. This then opened the doors for someone else to challenge Gunther, which was announced to be decided in a Battle Royal next week, including a lot of people who have already wrestled Gunther this past year, including people like Bronson Reed, Sami Zayn, Chad Gable. Seems like everyone that Gunther's defended his title against these past few months is now getting a second chance. And that will be, so Gunther's WrestleMania opponent will be decided in that Battle Royal. But yeah, that Dominic Mysterio match was brutal. I mean, he just beat the crap out of him, which was oddly satisfying to watch. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark beat Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, or no, Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Their initials are both KC, so I get them mixed up easily. Afterwards, Damage Control basically confronted them, challenged them to a match for the women's tag team titles for next week's Raw. We all know that the Kabuki Warriors are going to win and retain into WrestleMania, which then leaves the question of who's going to challenge them for the titles at Mania. I mean, I honestly thought the idea was Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler win here, meaning that they now challenge next week. Or not next week, but at WrestleMania. But I guess not. Becky Lynch faced Nia Jax. However, the match ended with Liv Morgan attacking Nia Jax, causing a DQ. Kind of Liv getting payback for Becky Lynch interfering with her matches and costing her victories. This then led to a confrontation between Liv and Becky Lynch. Because remember, the match is already Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch at Mania for the title. But we've also got Nia Jax and Liv Morgan, who are still, you know, very involved with all three of each other. They're all involved with each other, all four of them. So it'll be interesting to see what this leads to. I saw one suggestion that this could be leading to a fatal four-way match, where you got these, you know, three different storylines all culminating in one match, which would be an impressive feat for WWE to pull off, if that's their plan to do that. Although, to be fair, I do think they should just stick with Becky Lynch versus Rhea. Just give Rhea Ripley, I mean, she's already been established as a next top star, and especially the next top star in the women's division. So I think she just needs this one-on-one match with Becky Lynch, someone who's already established as a main event person. Andrade Cien Almas beat Apollo Crews and was really just a reintroduction match for Almas. Damian Priest and Finn Balor beat Imperium, that being Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. Sami Zayn beat Ivar, and then afterward Bronson Reed came out to attack Sami Zayn. All three of them will be in that Battle Royal next week to determine who will challenge Gunther at WrestleMania. Hey, get back here. Good night. Taking you to Suplex City, Population U. And in the main event, Jey Uso faced Drew McIntyre. The match ended after Jimmy Uso distracted his brother, which allowed Drew McIntyre to hit Jey Uso with the Claymore to get the win. Afterwards, Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes came down to fight off the Bloodline, after Solo Sikoa also made an appearance. The show ended after Drew McIntyre laid out Seth Rollins with a Claymore, getting revenge for Seth basically ignoring him to take on the bigger threat of the Bloodline. Ow. Uh-oh. Nah. No. Okay. Get off me. Oh no. Oh no. Ow. Not even a 1 count. Oh no. Ow. 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 Get off me. Oh no you don't. Good night. Count it. I know it's not going to work, but... Oh. No, he wasn't going to kick out there. I had to cancel that one. I'm not ready for this to be over yet. I'm not done beating him up yet. I'm still having too much fun. And yes, I do know WWE 2K24 has come out now. It's probably going to be a while until I start playing that game. I mentioned this before, but I don't want to start... I want to get a different console before I get that game because I don't have enough room on my Xbox One for another game. So I think once I get another console, then I'm going to get 2K24 for that console, but not yet. And, you know, when you're in college, you can't really go around buying $500 video game consoles, so it's probably going to be a while. Moving on to SmackDown, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens beat Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. After the match, Logan Paul came out and attacked both Orton and Owens before trying to take them out with his brass knucks, but Orton was able to prevent that. And before that, Logan Paul was actually in the ring and announced that for the first time ever, WWE is going to have a mat sponsor, and announced that it will be Prime Energy Drinks, Logan Paul's company. He will be their, what was the term? Not permanent, but basically that idea. Their de facto mat sponsor. Kind of like how the UFC has like sponsor logos on the canvas, on the octagon floor. Now, and also kind of like how WCW had their sponsors in the middle of the ring as well. Like with Halloween Havoc, they'd have the Halloween Havoc logo of Snickers on it. It's kind of like that. But for WWE, it's going to be Prime. Of all things. I would not be surprised if that was part of Logan Paul's contract. And that is going to start with WrestleMania, and from this point on, I believe all WWE premium live events will have the Prime sponsorship on the mat. Ow, dang it. Alright. Oh no. Oh my god. I just wanted to throw him. I hit B twice, but I guess that's what it did. Alright. Alright, get him while he's stunned. There we go. No, dang it. Get off me. Oh my god. They're like mirrored, almost. Weird. It's almost like they're the same person. Alright, come on. Let's do this. Got him. We're going for a ride. Oh. Now it's over, unless he uses resiliency. Yep. Now you're done for. Keep wearing him down. Moving on with SmackDown. Bobby Lashley faced Karrion Kross. The match ended with the Authors of Pain attacking Bobby Lashley, causing a DQ. The Street Profits came down in order to save their leader, but were taken out as well. Tiffany Stratton beat Mia Yim, continuing the build of her momentum. I didn't mean to throw him out. Dragon Lee beat Angel Garza. Afterwards, he was attacked by Legado del Fantasma. And in the final segment of the night, Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins confronted Roman Reigns and The Rock, accepting their WrestleMania challenge for a tag team match on night 1 of WrestleMania. The show ended with Cody Rhodes gaining a little bit of payback on The Rock for that slap at the WrestleMania kickoff show by slapping The Rock himself. Now, I still don't know, and they didn't really address this, but what is going to be the main event of night 1? Because, I mean, this is a big enough deal to be the main event. But then, you know, what does that mean for night 2? Are both world titles going to be defended on night 2? What about the women's titles? Are they just not going to be main events? What's going to go on with that? Because from what it seems now, it seems like it's going to be the main event of night 1 is going to be Cody and Seth versus The Rock and Reigns. And then the main event of night 2 is going to be Cody versus Reigns. So that leaves the World Heavyweight title match to fill another spot. Whether that happens night 1 or night 2, we'll have to wait and see. I doubt they're going to have Seth Rollins defend the world title after wrestling in that tag match. You've got the 2 women's world titles that aren't going to be filling either of those spots. I doubt either one's going to fill the main event spot. So we'll have to see what gets put where and what main events what night. But we know for sure what the main event of night 2 is, which is going to be Cody versus Reigns. Alright, well, that does it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, sorry this one came out a little later. I mentioned this in the walkthrough video. From timing conflicts, I had to film this one later in the day. Not as late as I ended up filming it. It's 8 p.m. now. Hopefully this gets out quick, but we'll have to see. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm making videos all the time. Stay tuned for next week's Versus, and next week we'll continue our LEGO Batman 3 walkthrough. Hope you guys enjoyed. Guy01 and the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle, signing out. Bye, guys.